the fact that you won this game with Keve and Jalen having one basket combined. I mean,
Yeah.
what does that tell you about this team you've got?
I hadn't looked at it closely enough to realize that they weren't good tonight, and they would be the first to recognize that. I thought both of them were good and competed for us defensively. It's just one of those games you got to dig down and everything you can muster and find a way to get out of a place such as this. We did that, and there's no such thing as a bad road loss or bad road win. We'll take it and feel very good, feel very fortunate to have done so. Wake Forest outplayed us in some areas, obviously.
How encouraging is it that, you can have those two guys have one basket combined and you still win the game on the road?
Good. I just hadn't seen either one of them. Just had a tough night. And I credit Uguama and I credit the Demon Deacons. They were chasing Jalen as hard as he's been chased, and couldn't get unglued and going. But they would be the first to admit and share that the only thing that matters is the Hokies leaving Winston-Salem tonight with another league win. We do that.
Well, it obviously shows you've got more than those two guys there. Radford and Couture had big games, but David Gasson, did you see this coming? What was different about today for him?
I see him coming. I see him coming daily. I had 6 points. I think he'd had 2 and 1s in the first half. He had nice minutes in the second half and a nice contribution. He defends. He's smart. So Tyrese was terrific yet again. Hunter Couture really picked up our wagon. We were up 2 with the ball, and he hit a big shot off of a play that Naheem gave him. A great screen from Keve. So it is a true team, Mark. It is a team. They don't care who gets the credit, and that's a fun group to be a part of.
And lastly for me, 5-1 in the ACC.
I would hope this was the last one from this. About 9 questions now. I got 78 other people on this thing.
5-1 in the ACC. Have you surprised yourself at all?
No, didn't surprise myself. I'm 57 years old. I'm not easily surprised. Proud of my team. I'm proud of my team. We got a lot more to look forward to, a lot more strides to make. And that's it from you. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you, Mark.
Mike Barber.
Hey, Mike. You guys have not necessarily been the best free throw shooting team in late in games. You guys were great today, and Tyrese obviously was huge in the last minute there. How confident were you with him going to the line?
Very much so. Very much so. We haven't been great foul shooting. We hadn't had the right ones up there. Justin Mutz was like 76 last year at Delaware, and he's struggling a little bit. Keve has been much better here over the last 4 or 5 games. I've got a really good foul shooting team. We will we'll make an emphasis. You got to make those things, Mike. You got to make those things. 12 of 20 is not good enough. No, that's not right. 16 to 23. We need to shoot it better than that. We're capable of much better than that. That'll get better, but I agree with your point.
And is there a difference between, it's easy to see who has the highest percentage on your team shooting free throws, but is there a big difference shooting free throws with 10 minutes left in the first half versus 45 seconds left in the game?
Been so doggone long since I was up there. I'm not sure how I'd feel about it. I'm a little more tight, I can tell you that. I'm pretty comfortable when I've got Radford, Aline. Aline had 2 humongous foul shots against Villanova. I think it was a real pressure situation. We've had some others. Aline had 2 big ones against Miami, I believe, to take it from 2 to 4 in the latter stages, under a minute to play against Miami. I think so. I tend to tighten up a little bit when it's white knuckle time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Anthony Romano.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. Obviously, you look at just Wake Forest record, no conference wins. You look at BC, you got coming up, they've got one league win. But is today's game the type of game that shows you that you kind of throw the records out in the ACC matchup? Is it kind of the same deal with this next game coming up that your record doesn't really tell the whole story, I guess?
Yeah, Anthony. I mean, absolutely. This is the Atlantic Coast Conference, man. Steve Forbes is a whale of a coach. I watched. It was hard. They had such a pause with the virus. We really and truly. You had Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech plays all zone. You're not getting anything out of that. You had UVA. You had at Duke, and you had one other. They're running together for me. Pardon me. I said Duke already. They fought. I mean, they fought in all of those games. They were up 12 at UVA. They were up, I think they were up 12, 13 at Cameron. There's nothing easy. There's nothing easy in any league. All right. SAC 8 conference, Lenore Run goes to, it's just, I mean, it's hard. Got to be, you got to play good basketball. We didn't play great basketball tonight. We won. Last time I checked, that's the only thing that matters. So I'm proud of them.
Aaron Beard.
Hey, Mike, I wanted to ask you about turnovers and rebounding. I think you guys ended up with 15 turnovers.
Yeah.
Had some trouble. You were shooting well, but weren't protecting the ball. Wade got extra chances on the glass. Was there something in particular that you saw today that you guys weren't doing well with those smaller details, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big emphasis for our program is to take care of the ball. You can't turn the ball over and expect to win. So those numbers are upside down. I've got a really good rebounding team night in, night out. Wake Forest is not real big other than Aguama, who I was impressed with, and they just carve our rear ends up. I think they had 11 first half offensive rebounds. So yeah, a real source of concern. Something that I'm going to belabor tomorrow in practice and the lead up to Boston College. No, they're smart. They're basketball people. They understand that that's unacceptable, and we'll be better on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
David Cunningham.
Hey, Mike. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Dave.
You guys usually get your bench scoring from Jalen. You guys had 28 points off the bench tonight, but 13 came from Hunter and 13 came from David. What does it mean when your guys that usually produce aren't scoring, but you have guys like Hunter and David that can really step up?
Well, I mean, and good luck. I mean, that's a hard team to scout. It's a hard team to prepare for. I didn't see 13 points from Gassan, I can tell you that. But I'm telling you, guys, I mean, he's a really good practice player. He's got a nose for the ball. He's got a level of toughness. He needs to get a little more lead in his rear end. He will as he goes along. But he's a ball player. And Couture, Couture's doing it night in, night out. Again, I referenced the shot in front of our bench. In the late in that game, which may have been the shot of the game, put us up 5. Great screen, Aluma, great delivery from Aline. Mark mentioned it. I hadn't looked at it. Aluma and Cone combined for one basket, and we win this thing. Sign me up, man. Get me on up I-77. I'm out of here.
Hey, one more from me, Mike. You got John Ojiako a few minutes. How's he progressed since his injury? It's only the second time we've seen him this season. Yeah,
he's ready to go. Just struggling a bit. Aguama was a good matchup for him, we thought. But there's a lot of ball screen actions. There's a lot of false action that I was a little concerned about with John. Boston College could be a better match with their post player Karnick, who we played against last year. Time will tell. He's ready to go, and he got his hands on one and made a nice delivery down there in the first, and he dunked it. He had a couple of nice defensive moment. So there's more minutes in his future, I can assure you.
Thank you, Mike.
Is that the world famous Mike Ashley? Is that the world? Is that
Yes, sir.
golly day? Are you herring over for the winter, Michael? Holy cow, what's going on with you?
Yes, growing my wild man beard here because I got nothing better to do.
Good to see you, pal.
Good to see you. If I'm up, I got a question. I hate to slow the beat writers down, so I'll make it quick. What kind of things did you learn from Bob Johnson that you're using every day in your coaching?
So much, Mike. So much. So many things. I loved him. He was in my wedding. He gave me my first job in 1986. Just, so many things that he would say. I've always said my language is a lot better than his. I am forever in his debt. I wouldn't trade my track for anything, Mike. Hadn't been the easiest. This old boy wasn't born on third base and thinks he hit a triple. I went station to station. Wouldn't trade it. Would not trade it for the world. And that started at the Division III level and up and down 81, 64. All those, and eating a bologna sandwich and a pack of nabs. That was living for me. So appreciative of Coach. I wish he was here. I'd love to talk to him on the way up home tonight.
One more. You talked so eloquently about what Steve Forbes is going through, trying to get something built down there. You thought I said something eloquent? That's our history together. That's going back to 88 when we were together at Radford University. Eloquent? Nobody has ever said that I have uttered anything eloquent in my life. Well, we like the country in you. We like that too. Hey, when you're building a program like you have obviously done a couple times, what are the basic tenets? What do you have to get done to get it started?
As soon as you can. It's hard to have kids you can lose with. And someone else in our state has said that. When I first got there, we had a conversation with Coach Bennett. And he said just that. And I feel very fortunate, very blessed. Second year in, we got a long way to go, Mike. And we're still building this thing. The foundation's in place. I really believe that. I firmly believe that. But I have a group of men that I can get my tail whipped, and I'm going to come back the next day and feel really good about it. I've got high character people. I've got guys that love Virginia Tech. And I can't begin to tell you, Mike Ashley, what a thrill it is for me to go downstairs tomorrow at 2:00 to practice in Honhurst with this team. So that would be my response, Mike.
All right. Hey, I'm not going to hold everybody up. Thanks a lot for your time, Mike.
Thanks,
Congratulations.
Pal. See you. I wish you well.
All right, now do it, guys. We'll have Gassan
Hang
and
on.
Bruce.
Hang on. Anybody else? Anything else?
I had one covering the SoCon, and I'm here. And Coach Forbes, he mentioned something last week where you called him after the Duke game and said, this team's starting to look like a Steve Forbes coach team. I'm just interested, when he does get the culture built here in Winston, what do you imagine a Steve Forbes team looks like in the ACC?
I sent him a text. I thought it was a horrendous call against his team, and I sent him a text. We had that official in the Southern Conference. He wasn't very good down there either. I look in the rafters and I see Randolph Childress and Lee Chappell and Muggsy Bogues. He's going to get good players. He's going to build this thing back. You've heard me say now, I mean, you're taking this thing over during a pandemic, and he's a worker. He's a whale of a basketball coach. I mean, we had some knockdown, drag out, just fights. And the night was a fight. It's no different. He's a heck of a coach and a friend, and I admire the heck out of him.
Thank you.
Is that it?
I've got one.
Grant, did you have something?
Yeah, I've got one for you, if I may. Congratulations on the win, first of all.
Thanks, pal.
Halfway into the season, and you're just a half game out of the #1 spot in the ACC, which is
Where we're
led by.
supposed to be, Grant. That's where we're supposed to be. We're Virginia Tech.
My question for you was, obviously it's led by UVA, who postponed against you earlier in the season. Just how much are you guys looking forward to getting to face off against them for the first time this year?
Better be careful how you jump on that one. They looked pretty good yesterday against the Clemson Tigers. They did not postpone. All right, they had an issue with COVID, and out of an abundance of caution, it wasn't. I don't think that the language can ever be right now that they called it off. All right, this virus doesn't discriminate. All right, we had a game that was postponed. We're going to play it. We need to play it, but we'll look forward to it. We will. When that time comes. But I've said it many times. I'll say it again. What Coach Bennett does and his staff and how they play the right way. We'll look forward to that competition, though, as we look forward to tonight's competition against the Demon Deacons.